Hi everyone. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hi everyone. It's my audio check 1, 2, 3. Let's do some audio check first.
At least you're out in the world.
How's everyone doing?
You must meet a lot of girls.
Barry, is that why you left?
Alright. Testing. How's everyone doing? Let's do the audio check first. Okay. Let's go. Give me a moment. Right. Video check. Hi everyone. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hi everyone. It's my audio check 1, 2, 3. Let's do some audio check first.
At least you're out in the world.
How's everyone doing?
You must
Audio is
meet a
good.
lot.
Audio is good. Great. Let's camera. Camera is slightly off. Slightly off. Slightly off. Camera is slightly off. Okay. Okay. Go over here. Everything seems good. Everything seems good. Yeah. Alright, so let's start first. How's everyone doing? Hope that right now it's 2:20 p.m. 1 hour and 50 minutes ago I've mentioned that I'll be starting my live stream again. So how's everyone doing? I started a bit late lah because well I mentioned I want to start my live stream 1 hour later. Okay, what at 1:50 p.m. But now it's already 2:20 p.m. and I still got something else to do. Gosh. And you've taken all you can bear, just call me up and I will always be there. See, hey, I'm not seeing myself live, okay? Good. I'm seeing myself right now. So I can at the very least I can have a double check of how my quality is like. It's like having mirrors to reflect onto myself. Sorry. You're with the sad eyes. Don't be discouraged or realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all. Darkness inside you can make you feel so small. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true. Yeah, sorry. Alright, all is good. Let's start. So it's hi everyone, it's me. And today, let's watch the Bee movie and uncover the truth. Alright, let's go. Sounds good? Sounds good. Hey! Hi everyone, it's me, and today let's watch the Bee movie and uncover the truth together. Let's go.
At least you're out in the world. You must meet a lot of girls.
Barry, is that why you left the beehive? To meet lady bees? Because I hate to break it to you, but you already have.
Hey, those are pollen jocks.
Wow.
Hey, Jock.
What do you think, Buzzy boy? Are you bee enough?
I'm not talking about those ones right there. I'm talking about those ones. Worker bees that go out and gather pollen, what you know as the pollen jocks. Yeah, they're all female.
Wait, what? What? They're all females.
All female.
Yep. Okay. Even Sausage Lee is shocked.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Film Theory.
Hello Internet, welcome to Film Theory. Hi.
The show that's about to give BuzzFeed a run for its money. Oh, wait, it all makes sense to me now. After staring at this stupid movie for way too long, something just clicked as I'm writing this script. You notice everyone's haircut in this movie? The women all have beehive hairstyles. Obvious joke is obvious. But the guys, they all have buzz cuts. Buzz cuts. And here you all think that my jokes are bad? This is a real movie that ran in real movie theaters.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is
Premium content. So I'm sure by now you're all familiar with the memes coming out of the Bee movie, but in case you've never actually
Ladies and gentlemen, this is content.
stopped to watch the movie, or you did watch it but need a refresher because the plot wasn't exactly the most memorable thing about it, well then, here's what you need to know. Barry B. Benson is a honeybee who travels outside of the hive, falls in love with a human woman named Vanessa,
You coming?
and eventually uncovers a shocking conspiracy. The bees are being enslaved by humans to produce honey.
It's just honey, Barry.
Just what? Bees don't know about this. This is stealing. A lot of stealing.
So Barry decides to sue the entire honey industry and wins. As you can imagine, this has some unintended consequences. Now that humans are no longer eating honey, the pollen jocks that harvest nectar for the hive no longer have to work, and that causes the world's plants to start wilting. So it's up to Barry and
He has a human girlfriend. Oh, Barry. And they make out!
to find the last remaining flowers in America and pollinate plant life on Earth before it's too late. Oh, and a bunch of bees team up to save a commercial jetliner from crashing. Oh yeah, there's also that moment where Vanessa dies in a gruesome parasailing accident.
Oh my god.
So many things are wrong about this film. The fact that bees and humans can apparently talk to each other, yet Barry's the first bee ever to try striking up a conversation with anyone.
And think about it, they have intercourse together. That's weird. That's really weird. Yep, something like that does happen.
The fact that Barry has a romantic rival, and that romantic rival is a human. But besides that, the fact that Ken, his romantic rival, has a bee allergy that the movie just treats like a joke, even though bee allergies are very real and very serious medical problems.
And sometimes very deadly.
I mean,
Lethal.
seriously, you think that people are spending hundreds of dollars on EpiPens just for the lols? And yet Ken is the one who's treated like the villain because he doesn't want to be in a room with a bee who could potentially kill him. And all of this wrapped in a movie about a love affair between an insect and a human. Nay, Jerry Seinfeld and a human. But perhaps worst of all is the message of the film. That bees are a vital part of the ecosystem, and without them, plant life as we know it would be wiped out. Because this simply isn't true. In fact, it's the complete opposite.
Vanessa.
And the environment as a whole would be better off if Barry B. Benson and his brash buddies would just buzz off permanently. And yeah, I know we're all trained to love bees at this point, but get ready because today I'm gonna prove how everyone, especially the Bee movie, has been lying to us. Now, what got me started on this episode was something I said a few weeks ago in the Tide Pod episode. Honeybee populations are on the rise for like the first time ever, and I shared that as a positive news story, but after I finished that episode, it got me researching. We hear all the time that honeybee
So you are trying to say that rise in bees doesn't necessarily is a bad or good thing. I'm not too sure about it. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know.
Populations are on the decline, and that this is a terrible thing for the ecosystem, but is it really? I was honestly surprised by what I found. First, honeybees aren't actually native to North America. They're an invasive species that was first introduced back in 1622 when European settlers brought them over. The Native Americans even called them the white man's fly. And let's be clear, they weren't brought over for their ability to pollinate plants, but rather for their honey. The honeybees we see in the US, like Barry B. Benson, all just started as agricultural animals, like cows. Probably more accurately, like chickens. Chickens are used to produce eggs, bees are used to produce honey. It actually took another 200 years before honeybees were brought over to California during the gold rush in 1853, and of course, in all of that time, it's not like the North American continent was like some desolate desert. Plant life was thriving in the Americas for thousands of years before European settlers showed up with their fancy beehives. So how is that possible? Is everything we've been told about honeybees being an essential part of the ecosystem and a vital part of the reproductive life cycle of flowers wrong? Well, yeah. And no, but yeah. You see, pollinators are absolutely vital. 75% of all crops require pollination. However, the idea that honeybees are a critical part of that process in the US is a complete and utter myth.
Oh, I get what you mean. So you are trying to say that honeybee is not the only pollinator in the entire world. There are multiple different pollinators, right? Including humans can be a pollinator as well, right?
First, these black and yellow striped honeybees aren't the only type of bee out there. There are more than 20,000 species of bees. Yeah, 20,000. The black and yellow stripy kind, known formerly as the Apis mellifera, less formerly as the western honeybee, is just one of them. For example, take Agapostemon, a genus of bee that sounds more like a rejected Digimon than an insect critical for sustained plant life on Earth. Agapostemon digivolve into Metal War Agapostemon. These insects don't make honey, and they look nothing like Barry B. Benson or the bees that we're all familiar with, but these little green guys are bees nonetheless. They're known as sweat bees. Unlike honeybees, which get their nutrients by making honey from the nectar of flowers, these feed from the sweat of mammals. And yeah, when I say mammals, that includes humans. So if you've ever found yourself on a hot day swatting at one of these green-gray little bugs that seems to enjoy landing on your neck, it might not be a fly or wasp, but a sweat-thirsty bee trying to get a taste of that salty secretion.
And you must remember that MadPat mentioned that there is more than 20,000 species of bees. And this video came out in year 2018. Right now it's in the year 2021. There must be a lot more discoveries. The numbers have increased significantly a lot. So, yeah. Okay, wow, the more you know.
Let me lick your neck. So yeah, if you're starting to feel like you've been lied to your whole life about bees, well, you kinda have been. So let's just rip that band-aid off entirely right now. Bees aren't just yellow and black. Only a very few species actually make honey. Most don't do that twerk dance that we've been taught that they do. For most bees, stinging does not mean death, if they even sting at all. And those 20,000 species of bees aren't the only pollinators out there. Pollen wasps, ants, butterflies, moths, even some species of beetle can get the job done too.
Top story, a tri-county bee, Barry Benson, is saying he intends to sue the human race for stealing our honey.
So if the world's honey economy were thrown into turmoil by a lawsuit set in motion by a talking honeybee who somehow figured out how to work the American legal system, no problem. There'd actually be plenty of other non-dancing, equally hard-working bees out there to pick up the slack. Or
True, will work and won't dance on your...
At least there would have been if it wasn't for Barry B. Benson in the first place. That's right, Barry and the rest of the western honeybees are murderers, but you don't see anyone putting them on trial, at least until today. And you had better believe that this insect uprising needs to be squashed. What I mean is that there are conservationists out there who believe that the environment would be better off without honeybees. Remember how I said honeybees are an invasive species brought in by the colonists? Well, according to Dr. Jonas Geldman of the University of Cambridge, honeybee hives harm the environment by crowding out all the other local pollinators. Quote, there's increasing evidence that unnaturally high densities of honeybees associated with beekeeping can exacerbate declines in wild pollinators. Besides competing with wild species for resources, honeybees are linked to the spread of diseases to wild pollinators via shared flowers, an effect that's likely amplified by trade with and movement of honeybees, end quote. And this isn't just some random guy ranting on his blog on the internet. This was published in Nature. Nature, the scientifically reputable magazine, not, Nature as in published in the woods. It's not like this guy was pulling a primitive technology and cueing his article into the side of a tree. This shall be my legacy! Anyway, his conclusions aren't all that surprising. Anytime you introduce a new species to an environment, more often than not, it's gonna have negative consequences on the local species, because the invader doesn't have any natural predators, and may be better suited to survive the new climate. I actually go much more in-depth in this episode, covering the invasive species of the Pokemon verse over on Game Theory, so sting that eye icon after the episode to check it out.
Check it out and do remember to subscribe. Don't forget to follow as well to my channel as well. So thank you. Subscribe. Thank you. Anyways, let's continue.
But when it comes to Western honeybees, the data is there. In another Nature article published by First, the authors track the global decline of bumblebees, which, again, to be clear, are different from Western honeybees.
It's another version of a bee.
They also don't make honey, but bumblebees are on the decline, and it's the honeybee diseases spilling over into their populations that are causing it. Quote again, wild pollinators such as bumblebees are in global decline, one cause of which may be a pathogen spillover from managed pollinators like honeybees. The prevalence of deformed wing virus and the exotic parasite Nosema Latin name in honeybees and bumblebees is linked, as honeybees have higher deformed wing virus prevalence and sympatric bumblebees and honeybees are infected by the same DWV strains. Apis, remember that's the Latin name for Western honeybees, is the likely source of at least one major emerging infectious disease in wild pollinators. End quote. And they're not the only ones to conclude this. Another study, again looking at the impact honeybees are having on bumblebee populations, concluded the following. Given the available evidence, it's likely the pathogen spillover from commercial bees is contributing to the ongoing decline of wild bumblebees in North America. And that's only one of the ways the honeybees are actually killing off their fellow pollinators. When you look at insects, honeybees are unique because they actually remove nectar from flowers in order to make their honey, while other insects are able to pollinate flowers without stealing the nectar. While that might not seem like that big of a deal, this paper by Diane Thompson at the University of California, Santa Cruz found that the Western honeybee's strategy of creating nectar scarcity for other species ensures that the competition produce fewer offspring. Quote a final time, these results provide evidence that Apis competitively suppress a native social bee known to be an important pollinator, with the potential for cascading effects on native plant communities.
Bees have never been afraid to change the world.
Yeah, change it for the worse, Barry.
No. That means you're changing it for a selfish reason if you think about it. That's quite interesting. I don't know what to comment on it because us human beings, you, me, everyone, are part of an invasive species as well. So I don't know what to say about it, man. Except for conservations.
Sit your bumblebutt down, Seinfeld. I'm not done with you. Because if that wasn't enough, honeybees have one final secret advantage in all of this. They live in protected communities. Unlike other pollinators who have to fend for themselves in the wild, honeybees, because they're agricultural animals, are protected by their farmers, thus giving them a survival advantage. It's a whole heck of a lot easier for an insect species to survive when it gets to live in a safe little box on a farm. Barry seems to think that honeybees are an important part of the environment, but nothing could be further from the truth. When it comes to ecological problems, Barry isn't part of the solution, he's part of the problem. In a way, the conclusion of the Bee Movie is actually right about one thing. Humans and honeybees do share a critical symbiotic relationship. Without human demand for honey, honeybee populations would collapse and fall into disrepair as Mother Nature exacted her revenge on the invasive species that for so many years has kept the native insect populations at bay. Barry B. Benson throughout the movie likes to pretend that honeybees are the victim, that they exist under the oppressive thumb of the evil human farmers.
But is this what it's come to for you? Exploiting tiny, helpless bees?
But Barry, you and all those...
You see, exploiting tiny, helpless bees really reminds me of I'm just a weak little girl. This kind of words. It's like, no. Please don't say that you're a weak, tiny girl. Come on. Your actions can be more devastating than big grown-ups. Males.
Other Western honeybees we see throughout this movie are the real problem. The real victims here are the native insect species whose territory you've encroached on, who you've deprived of nectar, and who you've outcompeted thanks in large part to humanity's protection. In the courtroom, Barry raises a chant of,
"Free these bees!"
Free the bees indeed. Free the 19,999 other bee species that the imperialist Western honeybees have been keeping down for hundreds of years. Maybe then nature can exist the way it was originally meant to. But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory. Bzzz, cut. Won't you be a friend and join the loyal theorists? Click that subscribe button. And while you're clicking things, make sure you click that box to the right to find out more about invasive species and how cute animals across the world are dying. That's that game theory episode I mentioned earlier. Now if you'll excuse me, it's time for me to buzz off.
Buzz off?
I got nothing here. At least until next week. I'll see you then.
See you then. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. It has been very interesting and educational for me because I actually learned a lot about it. It's like humans. I am an invasive species. You are an invasive species. But we recognize that we are both invasive and we can do something to help what we cost. We can conservation's ideas, conservation's actions. Right, we cannot be blinded by these loyal thoughts, you know, misleaded by evidence that are twisted in a way that prove a certain point incorrectly. So yeah, think about it next time more often. It's quite thoughtful. Anyways, I hope that you find this video very interesting to watch, and if you do like this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and comment down below if you have any share fast. Don't forget to follow my channel. Sincerely appreciate all of this support and encouragement for my work. Thank you so much. I hope to see you in the next video. But hey, just a theory, a film theory, and cut. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, and thank you so much. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Alright, hello again. Hi. I'm still thinking of that silver gunner idea. I let you decide, but I hope it's soon. Is this live? I can't tell. Yeah, this is live. This is live. I want to finish all the game theorists, film theorists, and food theorists videos. Then I'll start doing on other projects first. I've mentioned before it's probably going to be like in the month of July, I guess. Probably in the month of July. Then I will finish. I'll get to keep up with the game theorists, the film theorists, and the food theorists videos. I'm so sorry, but KV profits maybe half a month. Can you wait for like half a month later maybe? Yeah, because I done my calculations. By the time I finish all the videos from all the film theorists and food theorists videos, probably be around the month of May. Probably be a month of May. Yeah, this is life. Oh, this is life. Yes, and by the month of May, right, I finished all the videos from the film theorists. But January next year, 2022 January until May, new videos will be uploaded soon. So I have to keep watch to that. So it's another 1 month and a half. And during the 1 month and a half, there will be more videos. So it'll be another like 1 week or 2 weeks, then it just drag to a point in which like the month of June, the month of July. By the time I finish all the videos from the film theorists, the food theorists, and game theorists, right, probably by the month of July, around the month of July, yeah, and hopefully by then I can get a new computer. As I mentioned before, my computer is not the best. Yeah, but any more ideas? The Sylvia Gunner channel. Any more ideas? Other than that, I'm just thankful that you are around. Yes, you're gonna keep doing this till May. No, I'm gonna do this until July. Yes, until the month of July. I want to get a better computer because other than doing videos, right, I want to share the process of how I make thumbnails, and I got some friends. I got a lot of friends from Twitch, in the Singapore community, the Twitch, in which they are good at live streaming, but they're good at gaming or in the live stream, but they are not that proficient in creating thumbnails. They are not that proficient in creating videos. I mean, they can learn, but I want to do my part and help promote them. If they accept it, if they don't accept it, either ways, but they are my friends. I want to show my help in providing them with with some videos or some thumbnails. So I'm thinking of like taking some of their existing videos, because one main criteria, okay, it's not one main criteria, it's three. You need good thumbnails, you need good titles, and you need good content. As in the content as in the first 4 seconds, or the first 7 seconds, or the first 14 seconds. These are the three things in none. Okay, these are the three things are good thumbnail, good title, and good content. Under the category of good content is the first 4 seconds must be good. After the first 4 seconds must be the next 7 seconds. The next 7 seconds must be good. After the next 7 seconds must be the next 14 seconds. The next 14 seconds must be good. If the content part reaches a checkbox on 4 seconds, 7 seconds, 14 seconds, these three checkmarks are good, then people will continue watching it, correct? I mean, KB Profits, I can ask you these questions. If a video have good content, but the first 4 seconds, the first 7 seconds, or the first 14 seconds is just horribly boring, statistically speaking, how many times will you watch it? I'm doubting like 0.5%, or like not even 1%. Yes, statistically speaking. Yeah. So I want to do my live stream on, if you under Mundane Singaporean Discipline, right? My channel, this channel. If you scroll down, you'll find that I also do fitness live streams. I want to do fitness live streams, as well on this particular channel. Fitness live streams, do reaction live streams, thumbnails creation live streams, video live streams, language learning live streams, all these live streams, and share with everyone with the process. Yeah, but for case in point, I need a better computer first lah. So yeah, I'm sorry, I let me read the message. So in July, you'll react to Silver Gunner or some different creators. Probably in month of July onwards, maybe. If my calculations are correct lah. If my calculations are wrong, it will probably drag until August. Yes, hopefully my calculations are correct. Hopefully my calculations are correct, because I've done my calculations. By the time January hits, right? January hits will probably be I still have 2020, 2021, then series 2020, 2021. 4 years. Let's say these 4 years, each take around 1.5 years, right? 1.5 months. This is 3 months. This is 3 months. This itself is 6 months already. But I'm gonna round them down, because sometimes they are not exactly 60 videos. So round them down is 5 months plus lah. 5 months by the time in May. But during the period of January to May, game series, film series, and food series will also increase as well. That's why I'm gonna guess July. July is a good estimate. I think I shall make a gaming channel or do something related to that. I can't make gaming channels. Can I? I can make gaming channels, but it's gonna be more time consuming than what I'm doing right now. First of all, I'm doing all this alone. That means I don't have any outside editors. I'm doing this alone. Second of all, as I mentioned before, $360 computer right now. Just imagine this setup, okay? 2 GB RAM. Just imagine 2 GB RAM. i3 Intel i3 3000 series processor. 32 GB storage. 32 GB storage. i3 3000 series processor CPU, and 2 GB RAM. Yeah, so that's not the best. But having said that, either ways.
Deadpool being Ernest Hemingway was one of the most awful. Deadpool being Ernest. If you thought.
Oh my god, mic is off! Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, where did I mute myself? Where did I mute myself? To that, maybe you could play an ARG. Mic is off. Alternate reality games, I recognize that. ARG, I'm not that good at it. ARG is more like collective Reddit or Discord, so that people can share their ideas. ARG, I'm not that good at. I want to create an ARG for MadPad. I want to create an ARG for MadPad, but not now, because my current setup is horrible, and I need a better computer. I genuinely need a better computer. I need to stabilize my. I need to stabilize my earning first. So what were we saying? Oh, okay, sorry. So I was sharing with you, right, that after this, I want to, after reacting to videos, and right now it's 2018 videos. After 2018 is 2019, and after 2019 is 2020. Hopefully by this week, by the end of this week, I can finish all the 2018 videos from the film Theorists. 2018 videos. I still got like what, 40 plus videos, I think 40 plus videos to react to from the film Theorists. Yeah. That's a lot. Well, at least it wouldn't take as time-consuming videos. Okay, as time-consuming as video games, unless you're stuck. Oh, true. Oh, KV profits. Profits. Actually, what you mentioned is correct. To be honest, I used to like playing games, but now I'm a nerd, and then the geek side of me just appears. I study games more than I play games. Yeah, I know, right? I study games more than I play the games. So I'm thinking of creating an ARG for MadPad in the year 2024. I'm genuinely thinking of creating a ARG for MadPad 2024, because if I'm not wrong, right, April of 2024 is, sorry, April of 2024, there's the 30th of April, correct? Wait. I remember there's a leap year. Is it on April or is it on February? Do you know what's a leap year? Leap month. I forgot. I want to create one that is related to the leap month. Create a ARG game. Even if it's a small ARG game, or like my videos, because I got multiple different YouTube channels in which MadPad is a YouTuber. Yeah, he'll most likely do some more research on YouTube than other platforms as well. So it's a good way to reach out to his community. Yeah, sounds good. Anyways, next video. Oh, did you explore the Silver Gunner wiki already? No, I have not. I've checked out the YouTube channel of Silver Gunner channel from YouTube. Yeah, and Silver also had made the ARG. Oh wow, is it like an intricate ARG, or is it like a small Easter egg ARG? Because like ARG can be a lot. Like you can use landmarks. You can use the landmarks of the ARG, and then find the Google coordinations for north, south, east, west. Where is it located at from Google, and then where is it located at, and using numbers, you can transfer into a code, and then you use a code. You code them up by hexadecimals, or like change it to ones and zeros, and then from that you can make it into a QR code, sort of QR code, and then from the QR code you can make it into another game, and the game itself contains another QR code, and the QR code contains another mini game. Oh my gosh, that is like FNAF all over again. This is FNAF. So these are just simple ideas. These are just simple ideas. It's a very big ARG. Wow. I can't wait for my pet to look into it. I would love to watch it. I would love to watch it. Moreover, KV Profits, they make two ARGs. Wow. Are they connected? Are they connected? Huh. I really like it. Let's watch. Okay, let's discover. Because for me currently, I'm earning $0.00 for the past 2 years. It's going to be 3 years soon, and the first things first is obviously to secure my a source of income lah. A source of income. So I'm thinking of on my birthday, right? I'm creating KV Profits. Since you're here, I need to ask you for May 2016. Oh, that's awesome. That's like 5 years ago. I mean, I feel, oh gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you questions. KV Profits. Okay, so I'm actually seriously thinking about doing this. Next week is my birthday. Next Sunday is my birthday, and I'm thinking of creating. I do not use Instagram. I'm thinking of creating Instagram. I do not use TikTok. I'm thinking of creating TikTok. I do not use Discord. I plan on using Discord. I use Discord on a small scale, but I plan to create a Discord. I do not use Patreon. I plan to create a Patreon account. Heck, I'm thinking of creating an OnlyFans account. Do you think it's a good thing for me to create an OnlyFans account? I'm just because it's more towards yeah. So anyways, let me read your comment. So you probably won't find a video on Matt Pat's channel, but someone else did a video about it. Interesting. I will actually look into it. The silver gunner. Hopefully half a year later, by June or by July, people actually solve it, so it'll be easier for me. A bit shameless, but a bit lazy as well. Can you give me a plot spoiler? Can you give me a teaser as well? Listen, you're very early. I think you have to wait. Oh, okay. So half a month later for that kind of stuff. What are you thinking about? Okay, do you know Bruce Lee? Yeah, he with his he's not wearing shirt, right? He's not wearing shirt, but he's wearing pants. He's wearing long pants. I'm thinking of doing that. And then on the side there's a quote, right? And then the side there's a quote like, "Be water, my friends." So okay, something like "Be water, my friend" over here, and then my face over here will be like. And but instead of a picture, there is something called .gif, correct? Or you can loop video, correct? I'm thinking of creating this kind of content on OnlyFans. That's right. The video was made by 123VC, I think. Interesting. So yeah, hopefully that helps. For the account stuff, you have to wait. True. Well, hopefully it works. But if we say that, KV Profits sincerely appreciate it. that you are here for and keeping the chat active. Thank you so much. Let me focus on doing the videos. So hello everyone, it's me, and today let's discover Stephen King's universe. Uncover the truth. Together. Alright, so let's start. How should I start my live stream? How should I start my video? Okay, I know. Hi everyone, it's me, and today let's discover Stephen King's universe together. Let's go.
If you thought Deadpool being Ernest Hemingway was one of the most off-the-wall theories on the channel, well get ready, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. What if I told you that 2017's biggest
Matrix.
horror movie is the lost sequel to 2018's biggest kids movie? Yup, Pennywise and Wrinkle in Time are connected.
Wow! Oh wait, what? It's not. One more time. This. I forgot to press this button. Ah! Give me profits! One more time. That was embarrassing. That was very embarrassing. Unfortunately, you can't click on it. Oh gosh. I think I have to redo it again. Let's go. Alright. The video not on screen. Yes, I know, right? I just noticed. One more time. Hi everyone! One more time. Gosh. Hi everyone! I'm too slow. You know, you always notice that my right hand, this is my right hand, is always here, and then my left hand is always doing the motions. Because hi everyone, it's me. Because my right hand is clicking, my right hand is clicking. You know? One more time. Hi everyone, it's me, and today let's discover Stephen King's universe together. Oh my god, that's a lag. Man, there's a pause. One more time. What am I doing, man? Okay. Wait, you can click on the link. I send you. You're gonna have to copy it and paste it on the tab. Oh, sure, I guess, sure. Maybe after, because as I mentioned before, right? Currently, that what is open is my live streaming applications and my photos applications, and this is the max already. My current CPU is running at 86%, and my RAM is running at 81%. So yeah, if I was to use Chrome, or if I was to open a third application, my computer will crash. My computer lag significantly. Yeah, I cannot have two applications using internet at the same time. So I will probably look at it next time. But for this week, I will focus on making videos Yeah, I'll focus on making videos. Probably look at your link maybe next week or something like that. I want to focus on making these kind of videos, especially during my birthday month, in which I mentioned that I want to mass produce videos. I want to boom 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 on your channel. Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you. So let's do it one more time. Hi everyone, it's me, and today let's discover Stephen King's universe together. Let's go.
If you thought Deadpool being Ernest Hemingway was one of the most off-the-wall theories on the channel, well get ready, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. What if I told you that 2017's biggest horror movie is the lost sequel to 2018's biggest kids movie? Yup, Pennywise and Wrinkle in Time are connected. Now, I can already see you furrowing your brows through the screen, impatient for some kind of explanation. Well, get ready, because in the words of Oprah,
Be a warrior.
I will be a warrior, Oprah, and an explanation I shall deliver unto you. You get an explanation, and you get an explanation, and you get an explanation. Everybody gets an explanation! Internet, welcome to Film Theory.
Hello Internet, welcome to Film Theory. Hey.
The show that proves that the fastest way from point A to point B isn't a line, but rather a theory that teleports you straight through the plot holes. Ladies and gentlemen, leave your Botox at home for this one, because A Wrinkle in Time looks pretty darn awesome. And I'll be lining up with the other 90s nerdy kids to relive my dreams of folding space-time to save the world. Today, though, we're not here to talk about magical centaurs or the folding science of the fifth dimension. No, sir! Today we're talking about something else, or should I say someone else. Someone else who you may be familiar with.
Stephen King.
Someone else who literally wrote his books and movies into the same fictional universe as A Wrinkle in Time. Hit the snooze button for your androids and drive right past that hitchhiker, because I'm not talking about any of those sci-fi hotshots. No, sir. Today we're talking Stephen King. And I know you're like, that's it. Matt Pat's a couple nuts short of a fruitcake. I'm not buying it. And I honestly was super skeptical of this idea at first too, but the more I looked into it and the more research I did, the more it became unquestionably clear that Stephen King's universe is built around the Wrinkle in Time universe. And
Stephen King's universe.
You can actually trace the connections between them across no less than 6 books and movies. So, are you ready to see how it's done? By the time I'm done with you today, you're not gonna know what's rated R horror from what's rated G sci-fi. Which, come to think of it, will probably be horrendously traumatic for your children. Now, before we can set up our little connected universe conspiracy, it's important that we know what actually happens in A Wrinkle in Time. If you haven't read the book, and since this is coming out before the movie, this is your chance to avoid major spoilers. If I really have to give those kinds of things for a story that was written back in the 1960s and that practically all of us have read at some point between the grades of 4 and 7. Anyway,
so think about it. This has been more than 60 years, I think. 50 plus years. Yeah. Sorry. Spoilers.
this is your spoiler alert for the book, so just time travel your way back to this point in the episode after you read it. Alright, you back? Great. The story is about Meg and her brother Charles Wallace, who are both super smart kids, but Charles Wallace has bonus mind-reading abilities where he can see his sister's and mom's thoughts. A little creepy, and hopefully he loses that ability for his sister when she hits puberty, but whatever, we're gonna go with it. Their father has mysteriously gone missing, and the whole story is about how they find and rescue him from across space-time. They do this when Charles Wallace befriends a mysterious old woman who lives in the woods. Public service announcement, by the way, do not do this. Lo and behold, creepy old forest lady just so happens to be an interplanetary shapeshifter named Mrs. Whatsit. And no, I didn't forget her name, that's just what she goes by. So, Mrs. Whatsit, along with her two interplanetary shapeshifter friends, Mrs. Who and Mrs. Witch, whisk the two kids and Meg's pseudo-boyfriend Calvin through space to find the kid's father.
So, let's just get straight. Their names is What, Who, Which.
Travel faster than the speed of light using something called a tesseract. In science, tesseracts are basically a cube inside of a cube that you can do all kinds of super advanced math with. In A Wrinkle in Time, it basically makes it so you can fold up space-time and just hop across the fold to different parts of the universe.
Interesting. So it's something like Marvel's universe in which Loki, Thanos, they can travel from one point to another point. Something like Infinity Stones, right?
So the kids in the old lady brigade fold time so they can travel into space. After some planet hopping, they land on a dark planet consumed by a dark force, which the galactic witches lazily call the Black Thing. Really creative naming system in this book. Meg's dad happens to be fighting the Black Thing, and it's the kids' job to save him. In their journey, they have to confront the Black Thing, which controls people's minds and makes everyone a drone. Charles Wallace, with his special mind powers, is able to rescue their father, but then gets himself hypnotized by the Black Thing, and Meg has to save him through the power of love. Well, in addition to that being more than enough information to write your 5th grade book report, there are a few things in there that should probably be sounding a bit familiar, like Stephen King familiar. In fact, I'm here to tell you that the closer you look at this story, the more you're gonna start to feel like maybe our buddy Stevie did a little creative borrowing and made a few pretty key parts of his universe match A Wrinkle in Time in ways that are a little too on the nose to be an accident. Point number 1, let's start by looking at the main antagonist of A Wrinkle in Time, shall we? In the book, it's just referred to as the Black Thing, at least until it's referred to by another name, It. For everywhere she looked, everywhere she turned was the rhythm. And as it continued to control the systole and diastole of her heart, the intake and outlet of her breath, the red miasma began to creep before her eyes again, and she was afraid that she was going to lose consciousness. And if she did that, she would be completely in the power of It. There it is, clear as crystal, capital I, capital T, It. And this isn't the only time they use it in the book either. It is used consistently throughout the novel. Now, I know what you're thinking. The It in Stephen King's It is a clown named Pennywise with great balloons and really bad teeth, where It in A Wrinkle in Time doesn't seem to be especially clowny. It's more telepathic, pulsating, brainy. But in reality, the way we see both of these guys in the movies aren't really what they look like. In both cases, It represents pure evil energy or darkness. The way we see them in the movie is just the form that they happen to be taking at the time. I mean, just look at Pennywise in the new movie. He shapeshifts from a clown to a leper to a girl who just loves her flute a bit too much. Meanwhile, It in A Wrinkle in Time goes between black smoke to pulsating brain to a guy with red eyes that hypnotizes Charles Wallace. So we know that both of these villains represent the same thing. They can both change shapes at will, and on top of that, they're both from a galaxy far, far away.
Something like Star Wars, right?
With The Wrinkle in Time's It coming from a distant planet, and Stephen King's It coming from his macroverse.
Far, far away, get it?
A dimension beyond the one that houses Earth. But the parallels don't end there. Point number 2. In both stories, It possesses the power of mind control. In A Wrinkle in Time, it's really obvious mind control, where literally everyone is plugged into the same brain and bounces the same basketballs and eats the same mac and cheese. In Stephen King's It, the force of mind control is more subtle, but it's still definitely there. No adults leave Derry despite the child murder rate being massively inflated. It is also able to control the mind of Derry's bully, Henry Bowers. Which leads us to point number 3. The methods the kids use in A Wrinkle in Time to fight It are awfully similar to the Ritual of Chewed from Stephen King's It. Now, you don't really find the Ritual of Chewed in the newest movie, but if you're interested, I talk about it a lot more over on the last Pennywise theory I did. Let me just say this. The novel sets it up as this massive psychic battle of wills where the kids defeat It by refusing to be afraid. Instead, they show confidence, humor, all very non-afraid emotions, and It can't touch them as a result. This looks mighty familiar if you're gonna end up watching A Wrinkle in Time this weekend, where self-assuredness and refusing to give into fear is actually what saves Calvin and Charles Wallace from the man with red eyes.
True. So please remember to have positivity and just stay confidence. Thank you so much.
One of It's various forms. To resist him, Charles Wallace starts spouting off nursery rhymes. Calvin recites the Gettysburg Address, which, when you actually stop to think about it, is yet another weird parallel considering Bill Denborough, the stuttering leader of the Losers Club, finds strength to defeat Pennywise by reciting his tongue twisters.
His fists against the posts, and still insists he sees the ghosts.
And if that's still not enough for you, both versions of it also have a weakness to love. It's true. I mean, think back to the end of the 2017 version of it where Bev is stirred from her catatonic state when Ben kisses her. Stephen King may have had a little help in that moment from a really similar moment in A Wrinkle in Time, where Meg snaps Charles Wallace out of its spell, not by kissing him, thankfully, because they're brother and sister, but by telling him how deeply she loves him. Similar plot points are similar.
Similar plot points are similar. And thank you so much for being so wholesome, family friendly. Thank you.
Point number 4. Charles Wallace in A Wrinkle in Time appears to have psychic powers with the exact same abilities as Stephen King's Shine ability, just like Danny Torrance in The Shining, and as I said in my last It theory, The Losers Club. Early on in A Wrinkle in Time, Meg notices that her little brother can apparently read her mind. Quote, how did Charles Wallace always know about her? How could he always tell? It was his mother's mind, and Meg's that he probed with frightening accuracy. End quote. Charles Wallace in the book can also sense the evil presence of the man with red eyes before he ever sees him, correctly predicting that the man is trying to get at him and into his brain. And it's not just Charles Wallace. When the gang finally does run into the man who uses no Visine, Meg realizes that he's talking to them without moving his mouth or lips at all, and is instead communicating directly into their brains. Quote again, I've been waiting for you, my dears, the man said. His voice was kind and gentle, not at all the cold and frightening voice Meg had expected. It took her a moment to realize that though the voice came from the man, he had not opened his mouth or moved his lips at all, that no real words had been spoken to fall upon her ears, that he had somehow communicated directly into their brain.
What? Directly into their brains? Okay.
End quote. Now let's take a moment to revisit Dick Halloran from The Shining, as he defines what Shine ability is.
My grandmother and I could hold conversations entirely without ever opening our mouths. She called it shining.
Wow.
Telepathic communication would be one thing, but it doesn't stop there. If you watched my film theory on it, you know that Shining tends to be linked to childhood trauma. Dick Halloran and Danny Torrance in The Shining were both abused by their families. The Losers Club are bullied for being fat, Jewish, a girl, having a stutter, etc. And now look at Meg and Charles Wallace from Wrinkle in Time. Two kids who have both had to deal with the unexplained disappearance of their father. I mean, even Kid 3, Kelvin in A Wrinkle in Time, is established to have a physically abusive mother. All the pieces are there. The kids, the telepathic powers, the origin story. Of course, if A Wrinkle in Time truly takes place in the same universe as it, that means it's really taking place in the Stephen King multiverse, which would imply that these two universes share the same mechanics. Enter point number 5. In both the Wrinkle in Time universe and the Stephen King multiverse, characters can travel outside their own reality while stopping time. When Meg worries that everyone at home will be looking for her and Charles Wallace while they go planet hopping, Mrs. Whatsit assures her that she's created a little wrinkle in time, roll credits, saying, quote, we'll have
no editor's
you
note.
back about 5 minutes before you left, so there'll be time to spare and nobody will ever know that you were gone at all, end quote. This sort of freezing of time while characters explore other planets and timelines fits the same rules as the time portal in Stephen King's novel 11/22/63. In that book, a man discovers a portal that takes him back in time to 1958, and regardless of how long he stays in the past, when he returns to the present, only 2 minutes have passed. I should also mention that in both A Wrinkle in Time and 11/22/63, the characters are able to affect the events of their timeline. The Murray children manage to bring their father back even though they end up going back in time, and the actions performed in the past in 11/22/63 don't change the time that you arrive, but they do change the kind of world that you arrive back in, for good or bad. In this case, the main character Jake Epping discovers this fact when he comes back to a nuclear holocaust. Word! And oh yeah, if you're wondering whether 11/22/63 is part of the Stephen Kingiverse, well then rest your pretty little heads, my friends. Jake Epping visits Derry, Maine, and visits Beverly Marsh and Richie Trozer during his journey. Now, some of you still might be skeptical. Stephen King's multiverse and A Wrinkle in Time both share a lot of sci-fi elements and themes because, well, they're both sci-fi books. Duh. But what about the similarities that are a bit too close to write off as a mere coincidence. Things that can only match up because they're in the same canon. For instance, point number 6. In chapter 6 of A Wrinkle in Time, it's revealed that the 3 Mrs. W's were all once stars that have taken human form to act as the 3 guides for the children. Quote, the true Mrs. Whatsit, Meg realized, was beyond human understanding. What
Beyond human understanding.
she saw was only the game Mrs. Whatsit was playing. I didn't mean to tell you, Mrs. Whatsit faltered. I didn't mean ever to let you know, but oh my dears, I did so love being a star. Now, that's a pretty specific and unique concept. Stars that can take human shape and vice versa. And yet, the Stephen King-averse has got this one too. In chapter 11 of Dark Tower 3, The Wastelands, we hear the story of Apon, Lydia, and Cassiopeia, 3 ancient figures who become stars. Quote, before time began, Old Star and Old Mother had been young and passionate newlyweds. Then one day they had a terrible argument. Old Mother, who in those long ago days had been known by her real name, which was Lydia, had caught Old Star, whose real name was Apon, hanging out with a beautiful young woman named Cassiopeia. In the end, the gods had to step in so Apon and Lydia might not, in their anger, destroy the universe. Cassiopeia had been banished to a rocking chair made of stars forever and ever. Apon and Lydia are 3 billion years gone. They've become Old Star and Old Mother, the North and South, each pining for the other but both now too proud to beg for reconciliation. End quote. So humans as stars and stars as humans. If it wasn't getting weirdly similar before, now you should be really feeling those dots get connected. But perhaps the fundamental idea that made A Wrinkle in Time so unique in literature was the concept of moving through realities instantaneously, the concept of the Tesseract. And yet, try as I might to find it, it's
Tesseract. The Infinity Stone, Space
a
Stone.
word that Stephen King's multiverse doesn't mention once. So, is this where the theory dies? Well, point number 7. The Stephen King multiverse has tesseracting. In the Dark Tower series, certain characters are able to travel through time and space by using what's called Todash. Todash space is the void between universes, and characters can travel through it to reach other worlds instantaneously. Going Todash, though, is very dangerous. It's possible to get stuck between worlds in the Todash darkness, where the monsters dwell. Meanwhile, Mrs. Whatsit describes tesseracting as making a connection between 2 faraway things in a way that bypasses the distance between them. Quote, well, the 5th dimension's a tesseract. You add that to the other 4 dimensions and you can travel through space without having to go the long way around. A straight line is not the shortest distance between 2 points. It's literally finding the wrinkles in space-time and passing through the empty space they create, exactly the way that Todash is described.
Wow, so you're trying to say that they actually tried doing something like space travel, I think? Oh, Einstein's Rosen Bridge. So it's like something like that, right?
So yeah, the terms are different, except for the whole concept of it that we covered for the first 3 points of this theory. And yes, they may be used for different purposes, but it is clear that both Stephen King's multiverse and A Wrinkle in Time share the same physical wonders, the same kinds of powers, and even the same quantum mechanics. So who knows? It certainly seems like Wrinkle in Time has all the trappings of being the lost Stephen King Dark Tower novel, even though it came out like 30 years before the first one of those. It's kind of like a children's Dark Tower for beginners. And if so, think of what craziness this sort of connected universe would deliver to us. This is the true origin story of It, the origin of Pennywise. And heck, maybe It Chapter 2 will finally be able to feature Oprah in the role that she was born to play, Maturin the Cosmic Turtle. You know what? A theorist can dream. But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory. And Tesseract. And while you're floating your way through that Todash space, make sure that you teleport your way through that subscribe button so that way you can see what other weird film franchise crossovers we come up with in future theories. And in case you missed it, the button to the right will take you to that Pennywise theory I mentioned earlier. How the Losers Club all secretly shine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go wrinkle my way to the nearest lunch location, because I am hungry. See you next week!
See you next time! Thank you so much for watching this video. That's a very interesting and very unique perspective of the video. well, yeah, I hope that you find this video very interesting to watch together with me. And if you do like this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and comment down below if you have anything to share with us. Don't forget to follow my channel. I sincerely appreciate all the support and encouragement for me. Very uplifting and motivating for me to continue doing this with your encouragement. And yeah, your gratefulness and your positivity is just awesome. Thank you all so much, and I hope to see you all in my next video. But hey, that's just a theory, a film theory, and cut. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye! Once again, thank you so much. Do remember to subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you next time. Bye! Alright, that was a good video. Oh, let me just read the comments first. Your week, my week, sorry. On you channel, you gotta post this outtakes. Unfortunately, you can't click on it. The video's not on screen. Oh yeah, sorry. You can click the link I sent you. You're gonna have to copy it, then paste it on your tab. You gotta post the outtakes to this because this is hilarious. Come on. On your channel, my link is the wiki. But I can choose the video. I choose that one. And remember to see the wiki because the wiki is a website. Wait, so does a website count as applications? Okay, I'll take a break because it has a lot of comments. I commented a lot, so you might need to screw up. Yeah. Wow, that's a lot. So I'm gonna take a look at the wikis after I finish the reaction video. And there's the outtakes, right? I don't know how many times I do the thingy multiple different times. Yeah. And think about it, this is just me doing it alone, alright? Can you imagine if like there's a proper studio with like actors and all, right? And then there's like multiple directors, like directors, cameramen, and then you mess up, like, and action! And then you mess up for the first 10-20 seconds, you mess up, it's like, and cut! One more time, and action! You know? Then, oh wow, it hurts whenever I see that. We take two. Oh my god, it really hurts. So yeah, how many videos do I have? So I have 40 more videos to watch.
First to admit.
Yes. Ah, gosh.
To admit, not every prediction.
Okay, so wait, next week you will react to videos that we suggest and then you get back on track with the theorists? No, I'm not too sure. Because from what I know, right, I have 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021 from the film theory side. I still have to react to the food theory side. Food theories is 2020, 2021. In total, there's 7 years of videos. Yes, 7 years of videos. Years, it's not months, it's not weeks, it's years, literally years of videos. And like literally hundreds. Literally hundreds. KV profits, I'm not too sure when I will finish it. Probably like the month of July, then I can finish everything. If I was speed things up, mass rate, right? First of all, my eyes will get tired, my brain will get tired. Yeah, and I can't do this forever. I really can't do this forever. I'm doing this because my birthday month, December. So I'm mass producing these videos. Especially this week, I'm uploading 4 videos per day. This week. Next week, I'm uploading 8 videos per day. 8 videos per day. Think about it. Just 3 videos. Just 3 days is 24 videos already. 3 days is 24 videos. Mark Rober uploads 12 videos per year. 3 days equals to his 2 years. Yeah, that kind. Right. Oh, I thought you said something like something like that, but on a different date. Something similar, but on different date. Guess I'm wrong. You're not wrong. It's just on a different date, different duration, different timing. 错的时间点 right thing at the wrong time. Right, let's start. Oh, sorry. One time. Hi everyone, it's me, and today, let's change history. This is not centralized. Let's change history. Hi everyone! That's oh, sorry. Once more. Hi everyone, it's me, and today let's change history and erase your memories? Huh, you can do it? One more time, gosh! One more time. One more time. Hi everyone, it's me, and today let's change history and erase your memories together. What? You can do that? Huh.
Be the first to admit, not every prediction I make ends up being correct. And maybe not every theory is your favorite. Or maybe you're just sick of my puns and non-stop meme references. Well,
I believe this cat is inbred.
today, I'm gonna do something about it. I want you to think of everything I've ever done that you didn't like. Bad Star Wars prediction, a groan-worthy dad joke, whatever comes to mind. Now focus on it. Got it? Great. Now if you'll just do me a favor and look right here. Internet, welcome to Film Theory.
Okay, what just happened? Hello internet, welcome to Film Theory. Hi.
Protecting the world from the scum of poorly cited research. So,
where is that video? Oh my god, my face shooting itself is like. Well, real David thought that one.
After suffering my way through Bright on Netflix, widely hailed to be the worst movie of 2017, which it's not by a long shot, but it did provide me some great out-of-context lines, such as...
Fairy lives don't matter today.
And...
You know what they say, once with the Dark Lord, always with the Dark Lord.
I decided to take a trip down memory lane to revisit Will Smith's, well, maybe not his better early movies, but I at least liked them a lot when I was growing up. And first up on the nostalgia trip was Men in Black. Back from the time when Will Smith couldn't decide if he was an actor or a rapper. Sometimes he was both. If you call Wild Wild West rapping or acting.
Not gonna lie, Will Smith, he's just a legend, you know. He's such an iconic character. Even in the YouTube community, he's just so iconic, so popular. And yeah, he's just awesome individual.
That's what I do.
Anyway, Men in Black gave us the Neuralizer, a device that, with one flash, makes you forget practically anything, except the fact that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. That one is locked in there. I'll let Tommy Lee Jones explain how the Neuralizer works.
This is called a neuralizer. This red eye here will isolate the electronic impulses in your brains, and more specifically the ones for memory.
Everyone looking at the light gets zapped, their memories of what they've just seen get erased, and the agent replaces it with a different memory with a lot fewer aliens. Cool, so
With MadPad as Captain Planet MadPad versions. That's super cute though, if you think about it. Oh my gosh, she looks so cute and adorable.
oh, it's a sci-fi gadget, big whoop, right? Well, we've learned a lot about memory since this movie first came out 20 years ago, and
SD card.
telling you right now, the Neuralizer has gone from a creation of science fiction to something we could totally make today. You ever had deja vu? How do you know the real Men in Black haven't already neuralized you and the deja vu is just you experiencing something that was wiped from your memory the first time? Long story short, in order to make a Neuralizer, we need to establish 3 things. 1, that memories can be erased. 2, that false memories can be forced into people's heads. And 3, that it can all be done with a flash of light. So get ready, because here comes the MadPad. It won't let you remember your childhood the same way ever again. See, I can't rap either, Will Smith. You're in good company.
Sorry.
Point number 1, can memories be erased? I mean, we've all heard stories of being unable to form any new memories to determine who killed your wife, so you tattoo clues on yourself instead of writing them down on paper like a normal person. But is it plausible that we could wipe out specific memories of things that we had just seen? Turns out the answer is a solid yes. And it comes from a place you might be surprised to hear on a channel that prides itself on science. I'm talking about hypnosis, but not the kind with some spinning spiral thing that makes you think you're a chicken or makes you want to subscribe to the Film Theorists channel.
Subscribe to my channel. Let me try. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. That's what?
Subscribe to the Film Theorists channel, subscribe to the Film Theorists channel. I'm talking about hypnotic induction, which is a real therapeutic technique to get patients into a deep state of relaxation, which increases theta waves in their brain. You know how you get all your great ideas in the shower? Well, it's because relaxing in a shower results in a high concentration of theta waves, which makes connecting otherwise disparate ideas in your brain a whole lot easier. This also applies to memory, but theta waves can also be used against you, and hypnosis here is the key. Blocking memories that you'd otherwise be able to recall.
Oh, so it's a different set of concentrations feel. Maybe there's an expert that can explain it better, but well, I'm thankful that MadPad is opening this sort of things to me that I can know that it exists.
For instance, and this is nuts, last year Samsung released an online hypnotherapy tool called Unspoil Me that walks you through a self-hypnosis session that's supposed to help you forget movies and TV shows so you can watch them again as if you're watching them for the first time. Full disclosure, I had Chris from our team do it, and yeah, he still remembers the Red Wedding, but he's recently been overcome with this strange urge to buy a phone that spontaneously combusts. No, but all jokes aside, after going through this treatment, he could no longer remember how the series ended, whether he had even seen the series end in the first place, even the main character's name. And for as ridiculous as that might seem, the science behind it is actually 100% solid. In 2007, scientists published a study in which they showed participants a movie, then hypnotized them to try and make them forget it. When they tested the group that had been hypnotized, the subjects couldn't recall details of the movie that they had just watched. Maybe they should have just had hypnotists outside of the Emoji Movie. That's 90 minutes of my life I'd like to forget. Anyway, the people who had been hypnotized could remember where they had watched the movie and other details surrounding the experiment, but they actually couldn't remember what happened in the movie itself. And it's not like they were just forgetful either. They actually demonstrated different kinds of brain activity from a control group that wasn't hypnotized. This kind of isolating amnesia is exactly what we see demonstrated in Men in Black. When normal people come into contact with aliens, the Men in Black don't just wipe the person's memory completely. Instead, they isolate one element of the memory. just like the film study did, and they replace that memory with something else. Which of course brings us to our second question: can you really implant false memories into someone's brain? And yet again, the answer is yes. It's actually a lot easier than you might think. A Canadian psychologist named Julia Shaw has demonstrated that when people are asked about their involvement in events that never occurred, their memories will actually start to form versions of that fictional scenario, and the people will eventually believe that it happened. Here's Dr. Shaw telling one of her subjects about a completely fictitious event.
How convincing is that memory? I don't know.
So the other event which your parents reported happening was when you were 14 years old, you initiated a physical fight and the police called your parents.
The girl responds pretty much exactly as you would expect from someone who had just had a story made up about him.
Honestly, I don't remember. I don't know what you're talking about.
Man, I gotta say, Canadians are so polite, even when they're calling people liars. Anyway, fast forward just a few minutes in this interview, and all of a sudden, the same woman suddenly has memories of the event.
The cops showed up, and we were kind of having a verbal kind of fight, and then it kind of maybe got to a push.
Wow.
And at that point, there was kind of cops coming.
All the psychologist had to do was provide a framework for the event, get the subjects to try and remember, and suddenly their brains fill in what's missing from the memories, which is, of course, everything. The memories weren't there to begin with. Some of it is also situational here. The subjects are likely influenced by a desire to comply with an authority figure asking them questions.
Desire to comply under an authoritarian leader. That's... wow, I don't know what to comment on.
That's exactly what would be happening if you met the Men in Black in real life. Now, of course, I can see your counter-argument here. Sure, these false memories might be implanted, but it's not like they're gonna stay in anyone's memory or be trusted for any length of time. And yeah, that would totally make a lot of sense if it had any bearing on facts. False memories run rampant, even in situations where our memories matter the most, like, say, when you're testifying at a murder trial. You ever heard of someone wrongly convicted of a crime being exonerated by DNA evidence? Well, statistically, that person was probably convicted in the first place because of a false memory. According to the American Bar Association, an astounding 3/4 of the cases overturned by DNA evidence relied on eyewitness testimony for the wrongful conviction.
So you are trying to say that it's faulty eyewitness testimony. Okay.
Well, yeah, that's totally the guy I saw kill her. Well, DNA evidence proves he was in Hawaii. Sorry you missed out on years of your life, buddy. Now imagine for a moment that you've just come to the realization that aliens not only exist, but walk among us on Earth, because you saw something absolutely bananas go down, and then some very calm, in-charge looking person in a great suit shows up and flashes something in your face and tell you that you didn't see what you really thought you saw. Even if the neuralizer was just a flash of a Polaroid camera, you're pretty likely to walk away believing what they just told you. All right, Matt Pat, cut the BS. You're probably saying right now, enraged by my suggestion that your memory is about as reliable as a cable company showing up on time. These examples you're giving me are from carefully controlled experiments that took place over long periods of time.
True, long period of time, long period of durations. It's not like a ping, like a speed of light. Like
sure,
that.
you might be able to force people to forget things or remember things that never happened, but you can't do it instantaneously with a flash of light.
Are you sure about that?
Because scientists have already done it. Oh yeah, loyal theorists, the future is here. To quote Mr. Meeseeks, it's getting weird. Optogenetics is a new branch of neuroscience that enables researchers to control individual neurons through electronic impulses directly into people's brains. It's pretty complicated, as one might expect electronic mind control would be, but here's the gist of it. Scientists can modify the genomes of mice to be particularly sensitive to certain kinds of light, and they can also map the areas of the brain that are stimulated when the mice is experiencing something that would form a good memory, like when it's eating food or when it's in its home. In this clip right here, a mouse is put into a bright box with no hiding place, and it responds with a fear response. It's cowering in the corner. It's scared of this new environment, right? But once they flash the light into the mouse's brain, they basically turned on a switch that activates the good memory, and suddenly the mouse starts moving around the box like it's home. Turn the light off again, and the mouse stops immediately, dead in its tracks. Turn it back on, and it's grooming itself like it's back home. Turn it off again, and, well, you get the idea. Now, granted, mouse brains aren't human brains, but as we explored with Dan Harmon in the Pickle Rick episode, they're structured similarly enough that in a few years, this could easily get transferred into the human brain.
So you're trying to say that using this kind of memories experiments, it can be useful against Alzheimer's disease, something like that, right? Like, for the benefit of humankind.
It also proves Kay's assertion at the beginning of Men in Black that the light from the neuralizer is enough to interrupt signals in the brain. And this kind of on-off switch effect for memories actually coincides with what we see in later movies in this series. In Men in Black 2, we find out that memories that have been neuralized can be brought back. So it's not so much that they're getting deleted as they are getting switched off. So it would make sense that the Men in Black have developed a kind of optogenetic technology that can activate certain parts of the brain and shut off others instantly with a single remote flash of light. So there you have it. The neuralizer is physically possible. But in order for it to be practical with near future technology, it would mean that every single human being would have to be genetically engineered to be sensitive to certain kinds of light, and then also have transponders implanted into their brains to receive the signals that were sent from the neuralizers. But in the Men in Black universe, that's definitely what's happened. The entirety of New York City is neuralized by the Statue of Liberty's torch at the end of Men in Black 2. So we know both that everyone is susceptible to this technology, and that the Men in Black have engineered the world to keep their secrets under wraps. With all the alien technology they have access to, it doesn't seem like too big of a stretch to say that they're putting chips in all of our heads, and as long as they keep neuralizing us along the way, we won't know the difference. In fact, who's to say that we don't have chips in our brains right now, and that we've all forgotten the memory because we've already been neuralized? But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory. And cut.
Wow. Interesting. Blobfish. Interesting. So you can actually change the memory of individuals. That'll be very useful when Alzheimer's disease occurs. Yeah. Not just towards the old people, but towards young generations as well in the future. So that's very interesting. Well, thank you so much for watching this video together with me. I hope that you find this video very educational and unique to watch. Quite special and interesting, isn't it? Well, if you do like this video, please remember to like, share and subscribe to my channel and comment down below if you have anything to share with us. Don't forget to follow my channel and sincerely appreciate all of your support and encouragement for my work. Thank you so much, and it's sincere gratitude and appreciation for all your motivating and inspirational words for me. Very positive and wholesome. Thank you all so much, and I hope to see you all in my next video. But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory. And cut. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye. Thank you so much. Alright, last but not least, hope to see you in my next video. Subscribe. Thank you so much. Subscribe. Alright, let's read the chat. Oh my gosh, I swear my eyes are just tired right now, my eyes are just tired right now. Alright, so wait, next time okay, guess I'm wrong. More outtakes posted to the channel. What happened? Oh, I thought something happened to you. Oh, what thing? Okay. yeah. I think you shall do once you have the chance is watch Silver Gunner's videos with this kind of format. Really? I mean, this kind of format is okay lah, but then I try to remove the live subscribe like this one. I'm not too sure because I don't know I just genuinely don't know if I'm doing it correctly or wrong. Because what I'm seeing is right now me is big, video is small. Normally I see is the entire thing is the video, and then the person is small. I'm not sure if this is the correct format for me to do this. This kind of format, maybe it works. I learned this kind of format from Mr. Beast. Okay, Beast reacts from Comic Chris, from S. Booth, from John Oliver, from Stephen Colbert, from Aziland, I think, and then from last but not least, the most important one, I learned this from Chump X. If you watch my original videos, right, it's normally me on the other side, and then there's picture here, and then over here is just black. Rather than I include the red color so that, you know, I started using reds and whites because it's inside my thumbnails as well, so that you can relate to me. Okay, so this is my videos. I'm not too sure if it's the right thing to do. I just don't know if this is the right thing to do. Well, what have you been? Well, what you have been doing works. Really? Really? Because you know I've been doing this kind of videos for like months, and I've not reached even 1K subscribers. Yeah, and I like it. KV Profits, thank you so much. But I'm not too sure. I'm genuinely not too sure, because you can pick like 50 of my latest videos. I'm only sure like 2 or 3 videos reach 1K views. I think one of the reasons why is because I'm reacting to the old videos, I'm not reacting to the new videos. And people tend to watch the new videos, the most popular and the newest videos. They will not watch the older videos as well. Yeah. Case in point, I did the Minecraft videos yesterday from the game Theorists, and it instantly got 100+ views. Right now I checked already, 100+ views, compared to my other videos, in which you have like what, 20, 30 views. Can you imagine 20, 30, 40, 100, 30, 20? You can see the difference, right? Yeah, well, the format. Sorry, your format? Sorry? Yeah, I think you're still typing.
No, no.
Like, not gonna lie, my eyes is a bit tired right now. This is 17-minute video. 17-minute video. The next video is how long? The next video is 40 minutes long. Oh, from now on, all his videos are long. All these videos are long. Oh, there's one 9-minute Peter Pan video. 9 minutes and 11 minutes. But the rest of his videos in 2018 are just long. I couldn't, there's 10-minute video. 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 12 minutes, 12 minutes, 17 minutes, 16 minutes, 14, 16, 18, 11, 15, 12. Oh gosh, I really need to sleep. I really want to rest. One more video, just one more video, right? The bots save Justice League. Right, just one more video. By the time I finish video at 4+ PM, I really need to rest. Yeah. What format works? Or different creator, sorry, kind of got a little mad. The format works very well, and I think you shall do this with Silvergun. Alright. Thank you so much for your for your appreciation. Thank you. Ready? Touch my heart, really. It's really lovely, thank you. It's really lovely to receive such comments, such positivity, because it has a lot of videos. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I will listen to some of your recommendations. K Profits, you mentioned watch his most popular videos and watch his ARG videos, correct? So I will watch his most popular videos. So normally you will search, right, like most popular videos. Maybe I'll search on his most popular top 10. I'll watch 10 of his videos or 5 of his videos, something like that. Yeah, because you recommended. So I'll just type in most popular and just watch the top 10 videos, something like that. Or maybe like top 5. Yeah. Well, they are music related and memes, and memes, I guess you could say. Okay, interesting. Keep your profits, thank you. That's interesting. That is really interesting. Let's start. Hi everyone, it's me, and today just like the truth you don't see. Alright, so let's go. Alright. How does that video? Okay, one last video before I end the video. Before I end my live stream, because my eyes are just tired. I need to sleep. I really need to rest. Yeah, I really need to rest. All these reaction videos sounds easy until the point in which you have to force yourself to actually watch the videos, and you cannot just close your eyes. You cannot. You have to interact in your live stream. It's super tiring. So basically, combine music and memes, and you get silver, silver gunner. Interesting. Keep your profits. Thank you so much. I will take a look at some of his or hers or some of their top videos, most popular videos. I'll take a look.
No, it can't be. Why do you hate me? I double-checked the math, I swear. I did the research. Dub and sub. Not a casual fan, no. Of course I read the comments. Why? What's up? No! Jeez, did you see that?
Mic is off. Okay, mic is off again. What am I doing? What am I doing? Mic is off again. Alright, so let me just read the chat first. Okay, so basically combine music. Okay, committee you could say mic is off again. It's a group of people. Okay, the more you know. Okay, thank you so much. I have to redo that again. Actually, you know what? Let's just try something else. Let's try this, okay? Justice League! Hi everyone, it's me! And today... And today, Justice League, truth you don't see. Alright, let's go. Justice League! Gosh, one more time. Justice League! Hi everyone, it's me! And today, Justice League, the truth you don't see. Let's go.
No, it can't be. Why do you hate me? I double-checked the math, I swear. I did the research. Dub and sub. Not a casual fan, no. Of course I read the comments. Why? What's up? No! Jeez, did you see that like-dislike ratio? What a nightmare. Internet, welcome to Film Theory.
Hello Internet, welcome to Film Theory. Hello.
where we don't shy away from the scariest corners of the internet. And I'm not talking about the dark web or Russian hackers, I'm talking about online reviews. Now, if you've made any YouTube videos of your own, you know the scariest part of being online is what everyone else thinks about you being online.
Yeah, the comment section can be really... yeah.
In a place where everyone is an influencer in some way and can review anything at any time, there's some serious stress when it comes to putting yourself out there to be judged. I mean, just look at me. To a lot of people, I am the literal cancer of the internet that they just can't chemotherapy away.
No.
Sorry guys, I can't help it if people take my theories just a wee bit too seriously. But YouTubers are nothing compared to the paranoia of big movie studios, where the biggest companies on the planet spend the biggest dollar amounts on the planet to make sure that you're getting the best impression of their movie, whether it's through cool marketing gimmicks like recreating the entirety of Westworld, or just telling you that Ebert and Roper gave it 35 thumbs up. Movie reviews that come out before anyone has had a chance to see a movie can mean the difference of millions of dollars at the box office.
No, it's not millions of dollars, it's multi-millions of dollars. It's not just simple millions of dollars, right? So if it's that important, people will take it more seriously, right?
Just look at one of the best examples from last year, Justice League. One of the most intensely judged and also
Which Justice League? Is it the Zack Snyder's cut?
least watched movies of 2017. Critics hated it, fans were divided about it, and by the time it came out, almost no one went to see it. Even more bizarrely though, for a movie that didn't have itself a lot of viewers, it certainly caused an all-out internet war on places like Rotten Tomatoes, a site that is known for tanking box office sales if it puts out a bad review score. Things got so heated that it wasn't all that surprising when accusations of review rigging started to pop up, claiming that the reviews weren't from real moviegoers, but were instead from the scourge of the internet, bot accounts. Seriously, accusations surfaced all across the internet on both sides of the aisle, with one side claiming that Marvel and Disney unleashed bots with Marvel bias to tank the performance of Justice League, and on the other side there were accusations that DC had to create fake bot reviews so that they could still claim that people liked the movie in the first place. And honestly, if you stop and think about it, can you blame any of this suspicion? Take one look at the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes for Justice League, and it definitely seems like something fishy's going on. An 80% audience approval rating? I gotta say, that made me do a little bit of a double take, especially when you compare it to the critic score of 41%.
The difference is a bit big,
Did audiences really like it nearly twice as much as critics? I mean, I saw the movie and it was fine. It wasn't as high as an 80%, but it definitely wasn't as low as a 40%. It was okay. But could DC be using bots to up its score to ensure that America saw the red-orange fight scenes that they had worked so hard on? Is it really that far-fetched of a claim? These movies cost hundreds of millions of dollars to make, so wouldn't it make sense for the big studios to spend just a little bit more to nudge the odds ever in their favor? So
I get it. May the odds be ever in your favor. I volunteer as tribute. Yeah.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the episode of today. Explore the world of bots in order to determine whether the reviews of Justice League were influenced either for the good or the bad by a bot army attack. Don't just believe the speculative headlines. Today, the truth shall be revealed. Every day, more and more stories seem to start circulating about bots. Bots rigging elections, Yelp bots rigging reviews of restaurants. But to understand how bot systems work and to figure out whether it's possible for movie studios to rig a system like Rotten Tomatoes, we first have to have a solid understanding of what bots actually are. The term gets thrown around quite a bit, but do you actually know what a bot is? Before researching this episode, I thought I did, but the world of internet botting is a much deeper rabbit hole than I first realized.
Wow. So there's a bot. I know bots. Bots is like robots like that. I use bots a lot of times when I was live streaming, like right now.
Web robots, or bots for short, are basically an online program that can do a whole bunch of little tasks automatically without anyone actually having to control what's going on from a computer. In theory, they're awesome. They're basically the worker bees of the internet that can complete the same task over and over and over again without a human having to waste the time to do it. And in a lot of cases, they are a good thing. There are new stories coming out about bots being able to help make people's jobs easier, from answering tech support questions without keeping customers on hold for hours, to stopping streams of negativity and harassment on social media. 75% of executives at the world's biggest companies say that using bots for things like talking to customers isn't just an if, it's a win. So then, what's the big problem here? Well, the issue is that the technology is getting so good that you can't tell a bot from a person, which makes it almost impossible to trust anything that you see said on the internet. To show you what I mean, let's take a look at one type of bot, the IRC bot. The IRC, or Internet Relay Chat Bot,
Internet Relay Chatbot
can be designed to look like a person on any website that has a chat function. The IRC bot can be designed to automatically reply to someone with helpful information, anything from the weather to the best temperature to cook a steak, but it can also be programmed to respond to specific language cues. This means it can scan any comments or chat from users and look for specific keywords, from people's names, like Bernie Sanders, to phrases like net neutrality or gun control. And then, because they're bots, they can be programmed to respond with anything that the user wants them to. Anything from profanity to hate speech to anything else that might start a major internet meltdown. And it only starts to sound more like a conspiracy theory when you look at social bots. Social bots are exactly what they sound like. Bots that are designed to interact with people in a social way, the same way that real people online interact, building relationships, teaching each other, even swapping personal information. Believe it or not, the first social bots actually started being developed way back in the 1950s with Alan Turing and his famous Turing test for AI. Specifically, if a human can't tell they're talking to a robot, then the robot is actually AI that passes the Turing test. Well, that's the idea that's at the foundation of social botting. Nowadays, the vast majority of social bots can't pass the Turing test. I mean, a quick look at the comments of a lot of the videos on this channel and over on Game Theory will show several bots of my avatar and some ridiculous promises about a free Xbox or something. Don't ever believe those, by the way. I do my best to block them and flag them as spam, but, you know, just in case you ever see that sort of stuff, it's not from me. You can tell my real comments because 99% of the time they contain a cringy joke. And I swear I only do that to differentiate myself from the bots. You believe that, right? But just because we're not creating full AI yet doesn't mean that we're not moving in that direction. And fast. On Twitter alone, the New York Times reports that there are 3 types of social bots. A schedule bot, which posts content every hour on the hour, or however it's programmed. This honestly isn't much more powerful than, like, say, Hootsuite, a social media management tool, but it can be used to mimic the regular times that real people or brands might be posting content on social media. Then there's the second type, the watcher bots, that scan lots of other Twitter user accounts for information, then react if they flag something interesting, like a keyword, or if something changes on the account. This kind of bot can be used to amplify breaking news, or track and auto-respond to big news stories as they unfold. That's
breaking news! MadPat, just brief! Okay.
Great for things like emergencies and natural disasters, but it starts to get problematic when the news isn't coming from reputable news sources. Or worse, when the news is actually just a complete lie. Lastly, there are the social amplification bots, and these are the ones that are the most famous because they're responsible for promoting things on social media that are more often than not lies. They're also the ones that famous stars have bought over the years to pad out their following and juice their numbers. Everyone from Justin Bieber to no, not Paul Hollywood, celebrity chef and crusty co-judge of the best reality food competition in the world, the Great British Baking Show. I mean, I would expect this from Bieber, but Paul, you're a man who literally judges a baking show featuring 70-year-old British grandmas using ingredients that they grew in their own backyard gardens and has literally no prize. Have some integrity, man. Ugh, I want Mary Berry back. But okay, so now that we know what bots are and the different ways they work and which ones celebrities use to try and look cool, or more accurately, get more money out of brand deals, we can now see how a lot of these different kinds of bots come together to either artificially help or artificially hurt a lot of what we see in entertainment and media. Botting, especially the social amplification bots that I just mentioned, become a big problem because it's not just a few positive or negative reviews you're affecting, or even poor Ben Affleck's sensitive feelings, it's dollar signs, and big dollar signs. The New York Times has called this phenomenon the influence economy, which basically means that however popular you or your movie is online, it will directly impact how much money that movie makes. So to see if I could suss out whether there was a botting conspiracy afoot in the DC universe, I got some help from a member of the Theorists team who has a fancy programming background to help me look into the review scores of Justice League using a natural language sentiment algorithm.
Natural Language Sentiment Algorithm.
Now, this is basically a computer program that can learn the overall feeling of some text and then help to tell if it's a bot or not. It's obviously not an easy task. You can't simply program if happy then good, if sad then bad to get this sort of thing right. Instead, what we did was collect a set of sample reviews and then told the computer what the answer key to the review was so that it knew to tell a good review from a bad review. The data then gets fed into the algorithm as the algorithm tries to find a model that'll correctly predict all the answers given to it, given all the data from all the samples. In simpler terms, it's basically like in school when you had to find a regression line, or a line of best fit through a bunch of random points on a graph. Except the random dots are all of our sample reviews, and we're trying to find the best fit line that predicts whether those reviews are going to be good or bad. After a few hundred iterations of the algorithm, we felt comfortable that the system was really good at finding the line of best fit to identify positive and negative elements in the text, and even saw that it was getting really good at predicting how many stars a reviewer might be giving based on the sentiment that they had written into the text of the review. So what happened when we trained an algorithm to analyze Justice League reviews? Well, at first what it uncovered was definitely weird. There were a slew of mediocre to even negative reviews that were still rated at 5 stars. Reviews might have mentioned that the pacing was off or that there were some characters who didn't develop, but then they still gave it a perfect 5 stars. Here's an example of a post that the algorithm had estimated to be a 2-star review, but that the reviewer had actually given a 5-star review to. Quote, "The plot is shaky and has questionable storylines. Character portrayal and team chemistry have great potential to be fully utilized on future setup. Not for all audiences for sure, but some comic nerd might get excited." Now, you may argue that that's a 3 or even 4-star rating, but most—
You can just, why is it a 5? You can always drop to a 4.5, or maybe just a 4. Why is it 5?
Most of us would probably agree that it doesn't seem like a 5-star review. Some users are even more upfront with their criticism, like one review that specifically claimed it gave the movie 4 out of 5 stars at the end, but then clicked a 5-star rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Reviews that the algorithm flagged as being 3 stars or less constituted about 10% of the 5-star reviews when we initially tested back in December. When we did further testing later in the month, that had actually dropped to only about 7% of the 5 stars. In short, what that translated to was limited evidence of botting. The reviews weren't being inflated, or at least they weren't inflated by algorithmic means. Instead, what the data showed us was that the fans were giving the movie 5 stars, but were still being critical of the film in the comments. It wasn't an army of social bots inflating the score, it was the reviewers themselves. But why? The place where I started to see the real answers to this ended up being a place I didn't expect it. Criticism of critics. Now, it's no secret that the DC universe hasn't been the critics' darling like Marvel. So much so that a lot of online commenters have called it the Marvel bias.
True, there is something like the Marvel's bias involved. And also, interesting that there's something called the criticism of critics. That's very sus about...
In reviews for Justice League, phrases like "the critics were wrong" appeared in about 17% of all Justice League reviews, and accusations of Marvel bias occurred in about 10%. That is a huge number of reviews, and all this data tells us a story, but not a story about botting or Disney or DC conspiracies. It tells a more human story about a fan base that feels attacked, and a fan base that's had to go on a radical defensive. To many of these DC fans, giving the movie an accurate rating is just letting Marvel win, as the critics drown the score with unfairly biased negative reviews, and so they in turn resort to giving the film an overly positive score to compensate, hence that huge divide between critic and audience totals. That is the true story here. And honestly, I thought about leaving the episode here, stating that after a lot of research and even going so far as to develop our own bot detecting algorithm, that there was no inflation of scores going on, that this is actually just about a really passionate fan base trying to save their favorite franchise from extinction. But I don't think that I would be doing the movie or the fan base any favors by not asking the obvious question here. Are giving extra 5-star ratings going to help the DC fans get what they want? With such a large disparity between the ratings and the sentiment of the reviews, it seems clear that DC fans could be happier with the movies that they're receiving. So could more honest reviews actually help fix the DC universe? Well, not to show any Marvel bias, because honestly, I really don't care. I'm just rooting for any kind of theorizable superhero movie that I can make episodes out of and that are enjoyable to watch. But this situation actually did happen in the MCU. At a meager 66% critic review and 77% audience approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, Thor: The Dark World is one of the worst rated MCU films, and that made Chris Hemsworth, aka Thor, take notice. An especially scathing review by Kevin Smith convinced Hemsworth that he needed to step in to make major changes happen across the look and story of the next Thor movie. He got really into the details, even specifically mandating that Thor needed to cut his hair and lose his hammer Mjolnir. It's important to note that it was because Kevin Smith is such a Marvel fan that his review hit so close to home. Quote, hearing someone like Smith, who represents the fanboy world, was such a kick in the ass to change gears.
Yes, think about it. Everybody can just say the same words, you know, like what makes you stand out? Why are you doing this? What are you doing it correctly? But if it's someone that you respect, if it's someone that holds position, if it's someone that that you know and you trust and you understand that what he meant is true, what he meant is really kind for you, is really important, their words have more meaning, even though what you say, even though what we say can be the same words, same phrase. Different people, when different people says it, it has different meaning. Yeah.
We sort of had nothing to lose.
Different importance.
People didn't expect what we did with it this time around. End quote. Ultimately, it wasn't some fancy critic review or a highbrow article in The New Yorker that made the filmmakers rethink future movies. It was a really passionate fan who leveled fair criticism at them. And it worked. With a 92% critic approval and 88% audience approval rating, Thor Ragnarok proved that the studios can make better movies when they know what they need to do. Not only that, but that same review from Kevin Smith was credited all over the place as to the reason why Thor Ragnarok was so much better than the previous movie.
Think about it. It doesn't always have to be positive criticism. It doesn't always have to be negative criticism. As long as if constructive criticism is not destructive criticism. Alright? Remember one more time? It's constructive, it's not destructive. Right? Make sure that people improve upon it, so that next time we can improve, next time there's benefit, next time we'll be better. Right? It is this kind of constructive criticism that want the well-being for the franchise, for the story, for you, which helps grow each other.
So while a lot of fans, of course, want to run to defend their favorite franchises, it's important to know that fans have some of the most powerful voices in the industry. And a lot of times, it's the fans, not the critics, not even the bots, who get the credit for pushing for big changes in their favorite fictional universes. So go forth and use your powers for good, DC fans. No need to artificially inflate your scores. Don't worry, they're not just gonna stop making movies about Batman, Superman, and the Flash just because a couple underperform. What the DC universe most needs from you now is an honest assessment of how they're doing and a critical look at what they can be doing to improve the franchise moving forward. That, whether you're a DC fan, Marvel fan, Star Wars fan, or just general movie fan, is the most valuable thing that you can provide these studios as they make movies going forward. And remember, that's just a theory. A film theory. And you know what's even more useful than an online bot army trying to make you more popular? A browser extension that saves you hundreds of dollars on the purchases you're already making online. I'm talking about Honey, the free browser extension that automatically finds the best coupons on the web, so you always get the best prices on everything you buy online, automatically. I mean, I don't even have to explain it, just look at how easy this is. I want to buy this thing, right? Boom! Honey notification pops up in my window saying, hey, you're about to overpay, we found a way to save you cash. Click this button and get free money. See? This is technology reaching its true purpose here, people. Saving me money. That is a wad of cash that I would be needlessly handing over if it wasn't for Honey. And Honey works at all the places where you actually want to buy things too, like Amazon, Macy's, eBay, even travel sites like Expedia for buying your plane tickets home, or Papa John's to buy you things like pizza. Honestly, with the money Honey's saving me, I've been able to treat old Team Theorist over here to some nice group lunches. Or at least I was treating them to some nice group lunches until Jason overdosed on Chipotle burritos and then we all had to suffer the consequences. Anyway, you too can be like Jason and have your pants full. Only your pants will be full with all the cash that you're saving thanks to Honey. It literally takes 2 clicks to install. So rub your mouse all over that link below to add Honey to your browser for free right now, or just go to joinhoney.com/film. film theorists. That's the link below, or joinhoney.com/FIL. You know what? That's just stupidly long to type into your URL bar. Just literally click the link in the top line of the description. Like, save you and everyone else a bunch of time and just do that. Do it now, because every purchase you make after now is just you throwing money away. Saving money has never been so easy or so sweet. Get it? It's sweet because it's honey? It's whatever. Anyway, just download the thing. Now clean up your mess, Jason!
Well, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you find this video very interesting and very unique to watch. Quite special, right? Moreover, I really like to understand that because when I'm doing YouTube, and this sort of YouTube videos normally have comment sections. There's good comments, there's bad comments. I can understand that this kind of good comments and bad comments will occur. Positive, negative comments will occur. Positive criticism, negative criticism will appear. But I want to stand by the point in which if you want to give criticism, please give constructive criticism and not destructive criticism. Once again, give constructive criticism and not destructive criticism. Right? Help me improve the content so that you can enjoy it better. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you all in my next video. If you do like this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and comment down below if you have anything to share about. Don't forget to follow my channel. Sincerely appreciate all of the support and encouragement for my work. Thank you so much for positivity and hopefulness, and I hope to see you in my next video. But hey, that's just theory, a film theory. Thanks for watching. And cut. Oh my god, that was way too fast. Anyways, hope to see you in my next video. Thank you so much. Subscribe! Oh, seriously, subscribe. Alright, okay, so you can't watch all of the because some of them take tons of hours. Okay, interesting. So anyways, now it's 4:19 PM. I think I'm going to take a break first. KV Profits, thank you so much for coming over to my live stream. Hope that you have a wonderful day ahead. Right now it's 4:19 PM. I need to rest my eyes. I genuinely need to rest my eyes for at least 1 hour. Yeah. Just way too tired already. Yeah. Alright, good night, bye bye.